if it's decided you redshirt, like, will you be searching out open tournaments, or was a guy that's so primed and ready do? Like, you're chomping at the bit.
Yeah, interesting. Would you stick around for a fifth if that happened?
When the time came where it became legal to call you, contact you about coming to our college, I can only imagine what's going on with your phone at this point. What your head had to be spinning.
This would be pretty surprising. So,
but that explains a lot.
There's going to be some coaches that hear this, because I know that we got a lot of coaches that watch.
Some coaches might get fired after hearing this. Some ADs might hear this. All right, folks, welcome back to PEG Wrestling, baby.
All right.
We are here. And once again, returning guest, Angelo Ferrari, the Soldier Salute champion. First and foremost, congratulations.
Josie.
Angelo Ferrari, the Soldier Salute champion.
Yeah, Josie. Do you know what I'm talking about, Angelo? No, you don't. Let me explain. Josie. I call you Josie because on a previous episode, I said, this probably to outdate you, but you ever watch Clint Eastwood westerns? The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, Fistful of Dollars, The Outlaw Josie Wales? Oh, okay. For us older guys, we're talking about one of the coolest but meanest, most dangerous characters I've ever seen in a movie. You knew, watch out, don't mess around here. And last episode we had, I said, Angelo kind of reminds me of Clint Eastwood's Josie.
That was Clint Eastwood's character?
Yeah, and I'm telling you, you do not, he was kind of quiet, but you knew, no, don't mess with this guy.
Yeah. Okay, hey, listen, that's a compliment, Angelo. All right, man, and
thank you.
Hey, I just actually listened to an interview of your dad 3 years ago on Stalemates that I'll have stuff to talk about. But hey, man, first and foremost, dude, welcome to the show, man. How you doing? You actually just finished up practice, man. How was practice?
Great. Got done rolling with Steven, and we got the Wisconsin duel coming up, so that's exciting. We're leaving tomorrow, and Big Ten season is right on the corner, so we're getting started.
Yeah, it is, man.
Oh, I bet you're pumped. You are pumped.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. How you feeling right now, man? In your entire wrestling career, would you say you're at your peak right now, really, or close to it?
Yeah, for sure. I'd say. I mean, in high school, obviously in Texas, I had really only one partner. I mean, it was my coach who wrestled. He wrestled D1 at Arizona State. He was a little smaller, but I mean, compared to the partners I have now, it's amazing, man. Every day it's a different feel, and I'm just feeling great.
Okay.
Angelo, I got like a two-part question here. First off, were you attached or unattached for the Soldier Salute?
I believe I was attached. I'm pretty sure.
Second question is, if my math is right, you got 2 more dates. So I noticed you're listed as a possible Wisconsin starter. Now, here's what I'm thinking. I think Tom's just playing with us. He wants us... in my mind, you don't even have to answer, Angelo. In my mind, or you can respond how you want, it's a done deal. You're going red shirt. But Tom's not going to let us in. Tom is not going to let us in. He's playing with us like he's the cat and we're the bird. And because they have you actually listed as a possible Wisconsin starter.
Any chance, Angelo?
I mean, I know I'm weighing in, and I'll be ready to go if Coach says I'm the guy. So
ready to go. He's ready to go. But yeah, I mean, I guess that is the big question up in the air with everyone: is he redshirting? And I know you're not going to give us that answer, Angelo. But I got to follow a little question off that. If you go ahead.
Well, I said to you earlier, I think I was just over here theorizing. It's like you have a candy bar sitting or a steak sitting right there. And it's like at some point, well, it'd be smart if I took this and put it away and saved it for later. But I don't know if I can do that. I don't think Tom made up his mind yet. That's what my theory is.
Is that theory accurate, Angelo?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, we'll see. Whatever coach decides, and I'll be ready if I'm the guy, and if I'm not, then that's fine. I mean, it's really up to whatever the team needs and whatever coach says.
Yeah. Well, listen, I got a question about, you're in that Iowa room, man. Like, has there been anyone specifically since you've been in Iowa, that has impressed you maybe more so than anyone else since you've been in that practice room?
Impressed me. I mean, I kind of knew, I felt like I knew, how good the guys were and how college would go, I feel like almost. Because, I mean, I wrestled with my brother AJ, all throughout my senior year and all the kind of this last summer. So I kind of knew what it would be like a little bit. But, I mean, it's been an adjustment a little bit, just the practices, how hard they are. I mean, they're tough, and it really pushes you mentally. And it's kind of what my dad did growing up, but a little bit different, but kind of the same there. But yeah, it's kind of pushed me a little bit mentally, and which is great.
Well, go ahead.
Okay. Well, first off, this kind of off of what you said is a non-Iowa guy. Do you have a favorite guy you like watching that's currently in the NCAA college scene that's not an Iowa guy?
I mean, I watch a lot of guys. It's hard to decide. I'm not really sure. I mean,
did you watch AJ today? AJ won today.
Yeah. I watched 2 of his matches so far. I saw, and yeah, I obviously watched my brother, him a lot. I've watched a lot of his matches. It's hard to say. I mean, I don't really know. I watched a little bit of Crookham a little bit. I watch a lot of Yazdani, like his freestyle matches. But I mean, I know in specific, I'd say for college wrestling right now.
Dude, is AJ affected by those fires out there at all in California, or is he not even close?
Oh, I don't know. I don't really think so. Hopefully not. But
hey, you brought up Crookham. There's rumors around that he actually got hurt. He's going to be out for a while. Hurt his elbow. Now, first off, Mineo reports, it's broke. He's done for the year. And then one of our guys actually looked into it, and Lehigh said, no.
He'll be back.
He'll be back, and he still plans on winning the title, but they kind of confirmed that he did hurt his elbow a little bit, and he'll be out for a while. I don't know.
Speaking of that,
I know that.
Any misreporting, maybe some drama. Is there any drama that goes on in that Iowa wrestling room, man? There's got to be. Right?
I don't really feel any. I mean, we're just all trying to get better every day, and that's what I'm trying to do. I mean, every day I'm grabbing a different guy, trying to get a different feel, find where I'm not good, and create a situation where I'm good in that situation. I mean, working on getting to my shots, my finishes, and yeah, all that.
You don't get in any drama.
Not really. No, I haven't. I mean,
you're like the opposite of AJ, right? That's funny that me and my brother are opposites too, man. But did not really. Did you let Patrick Kennedy know that he won our Dog of the Year award this year?
Oh, I didn't let him know. I gotta let him know.
Oh my goodness, dude! No.
Just off of that, is there any other Iowa guys that know of BEG?
I don't know. I mean, I haven't really talked to them specifically about this, but I'm sure they do. Probably. I mean, they probably seen it on YouTube, probably, and stuff like that. Watch it a little bit.
Can you do us a favor and let Tom know he's like a multiple award winner for 2 years in a row now?
And tell him, I'm going to theorize again. I'm not going to put you on the spot, make you answer, but that we had the soldier salute. Arnold knew they they're supposed to meet for the finals.
Yeah.
Arnold medical forfeits. Now I understand the way, or at least how I think I understand. Technically, you really don't get the win. Arnold doesn't get the loss. But, all of us fans out here have nothing more to do than to theorize. Well, why did Arnold medical forfeit out? Why didn't Angelo forfeit out? Was that a decision the coach made?
No comment. I'm not really.
Come on, I got him.
Hey,
I got him.
Hey,
I had to
it,
be. I had to bring a little heat, Angelo.
All right, bring some heat, dude. Angelo, listen. I don't know if you watch the Pat McAfee show. You watch that at all?
Yeah, I watch that a lot actually.
Okay,
I like that
man.
show.
Well, listen. I wanna have you think into my brain a little bit, see what I'm thinking, because I'm sure you know how Aaron Rodgers is like. They're my guy, dude. He comes on all the time, dude. I'm envisioning you're like the Aaron Rodgers, the BEG dude here going forward, huh?
Maybe,
What's that sound like?
Maybe.
Okay,
yeah, pretty cool.
The thing is Tom. He keeps everything undercover. He doesn't let the media know, and I guess I don't blame him, especially on what his plans are for the future. Now, if you're asking me, I think it's a done deal. You're redshirting. It just makes too much sense not to redshirt you. But I think it's so tempting for Tom, and he's thinking, and he's probably pondering. I think my guy might be able to beat Strachey, and you can't say, oh, that's why I theorize that you're a starter or you're a possible starter at Wisconsin, because he hasn't made up his mind yet. He's watching you thinking, and I know you have said in your previous interview with us, no one out there more than Strachey would you like to face, in the finals this year.
Yeah. In fact, Angelo, I said that won my award for most anticipated match of this year, 2025, baby. So I know you won't comment, man, but I'm looking forward to that more than any other match. But hey, you mentioned Tom and the media, dude. What is Tom's relationship like with the media?
I'm not sure. I mean, he keeps it pretty private, and I'm okay with that. I mean, I don't like airing everything out too, so it's whatever.
Well, okay, I got something you can air out. Okay, listen, give me a popular current TV show that's
Squid Games.
Squid Games. Okay, Angelo, would you be able to answer more correctly questions about Squid Games or Little House on the Prairie?
Oh, Little House on the Prairie for sure, I think.
I know because his dad had him watching Little House on the Prairie. I'm a big Little House on the Prairie guy. I was going to ask you, where Maple Grove is, dude. But yes, see, I like that interview.
I watched it, but I remember we'd always watch that as a kid, as a family.
Your Angelo's dad controlled the TV because he wanted to control the information that went into his kids, and he went into this thing. I watched that interview too, and this is information for everybody. Actually, I think I failed here a little bit. I could have learned something myself, but a kid, 80% of what a kid develops into is implanted into him from the ages of 0 to 5.
Yeah,
so
I heard that.
It's like your dad was very strict about you're not watching trash on the TV.
AJ wasn't allowed to have a cell phone in high school.
Yeah.
Were you allowed to have a cell phone?
I didn't get a phone till freshman year of high school. That's when I got mine. So
wow. But the thing is I listened to that interview of your dad's AJ, right?
AJ the first.
Yeah, AJ Senior.
AJ Senior. Yeah, I listened to Senior, and he in this interview he talked about how he raised the kids and stuff. And I got to tell you, I felt very connected with how I raised these guys and everything. I failed at places that he talked about. And one thing that he mentioned, and I want to get to questions, but I gotta say this, is he talked about how important that the mom is on board, because there was times where he thought maybe you dogged it a little bit in practice and he'd hammer on you. And from the, someone that's not on the inside might think, wow, he's being tough on you. But you can attest to this too. I was very easy on you guys, very loving. But when it was time to get tough, I was pretty tough.
Well, you were way tougher on me than the other ones. But listen, how is your mom, Angelo? We always ask you about your dad. How's your mom? What's your mom like?
She's pretty good. I mean, she's a great cook. She'd stay at home. She's a stay-at-home mom, so she always cooked and cleaned for us growing up, and she'd be like the supportive one. And she was always behind my dad and whatever. He was like putting us through. He'd put us through a hard time, but then he'd tell us how proud of he was of us at the end. So she was always there for us. I mean, we'd always have family dinner together, so we'd always have that. And yeah, I'm really close with her still.
And I was also impressed how he'd pray with each kid each night, and they'd have Bible study. Like there was times where all the getting tough and getting better at wrestler, like there was other times, and it got turned off. And I thought that was quite impressive.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I'm about to go have Joe. He's 2 months old. He's about to start doing push-ups starting right now, Angelo. But listen, I mean, speaking of that whole like family dynamic, man, you guys moved like a lot around the country, man. Like, was that difficult? And like, how does Iowa compare to like all these other places that you lived at in the country? Pros and cons.
So growing up, I lived in Allen, Texas. So that was where I lived till 6th grade. And then 7th grade, I moved to New Jersey because my brothers went to Blair. I liked training there. I mean, it was good. I trained at the Buxton place, like the Buxton Wrestling Academy or whatever. So I had great partners. I mean, every day I would wrestle with named Simon Ruiz. He goes to Cornell now. I would wrestle with him. I had a lot of great partners there. So I kind of always adapted to where I was at, but I liked my last years at Melissa pretty good, and I also loved Stillwater too, like the Stillwater High School with all the guys I had there. I mean, our lineup was pretty good. We were number 3 in the country when I was there, and it's kind of like similar. Like I had great partners in Stillwater, like that my sophomore year, and that's kind of like how I feel my freshman year here. Like I've accepted at a different level because it's college. So that was the high school level. I had great partners, but now it's like college, and I have all these different guys and different feels. So it's pretty sick.
Listen, we all remember the infamous you threw the Penn State hat, right? When you picked Iowa. Who was the actual number 2 in your selection process? Did you say that?
I didn't really. I mean, it was kind of even between Rutgers and Virginia Tech.
Okay. Interesting.
Those are the 3, yeah.
You're heading up to what may be one of the most difficult times of your life. If it's decided to go ahead and redshirt you, and here you are in maybe the best you've ever been, ready to go, and to have to sit there and watch, like I'm sure I've heard you say before, whatever coach wants, I'm behind, and I respect that and all, but like if it's decided you redshirt, like will you be searching out open tournaments, or was a guy that's so primed and ready do? Like you're chomping at the bit.
I'll just be looking for the next best thing. I mean, I would just be ready to go. I mean, and I'll just be waiting for next year's title then, 2026. I mean, but I'll just keep training as if I was, and I'll stay ready. So, I mean, it's whatever coach says. I mean, I'm behind it. I know I'm ready to go. I know we have a great other guy there too. So it's whatever he decides, and I have faith in that, and I have faith in God. I have faith in everything. So I know no matter what, I'll be good. So that's the way I see it.
See, because I was going to say, man, it would be, I mean, mentally it has to be difficult to keep up that same level of training when you're redshirted. You know what I mean? Because you just know.
Kind of, but like, I mean, my senior year, I went into like thinking of 2025 already, so I feel like I'm always thinking a little bit ahead, like maybe a year ahead. So if he says, okay, we want you to redshirt, then I'll be like, okay, then I'll keep training and I'll be ready for 2026. I don't really take like time off. I'd say just try to stay ready.
So I'm just thinking ahead here. Say you do redshirt. We all assume that, right? Then you're 2026. Let's say in 2 years, I don't know, you get a little bigger, Angelo. You put on weight, you got to bump up to 197. Okay, I'm just thinking out loud here. And you make the NCAA finals. And you have to face AJ. That could happen, right, Angelo? That's not crazy, right?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Now I'll answer for you.
Defend me, dude.
If that would happen, Angelo, correct me if I'm wrong. If that would happen, AJ would go up to 285. Probably.
I don't know.
Because I said that could happen. He said I'm insane, and I said I think that could technically happen.
No, that would never happen. They would put AJ up, and although, the thing is who knows? You may have a whole career at 84. We kind of talked about that last time. I think
that's what you plan on, right?
Oh, I'm not sure. I mean, I'm getting bigger. I'm trying to get bigger by the day. I mean, I can see myself eventually going 97 maybe. But we'll see. I mean,
what's so cool is just talking to you, because I watched you at the Soldier Salute, and I watched you just reach out and snatch that one takedown at the edge of the mat there. It was so impressive. And, I'm kind of like a teenage girl here when it comes to wrestling. I'm that giddy about wrestling. It makes me excited. And you could have told me a year ago, well, you're going to sit down and talk directly with Angelo. But somehow, Zach, you got to keep me from messing it up. We got to keep Angelo as our guy.
I know.
I don't know what we got to do.
I told him, man, we're trying to make you the Aaron Rodgers of the Pat McAfee show. You're our Aaron Rodgers.
And I don't want to say this because I don't want to put pressure on you, but I think there's a real chance that the pound for pound number one big dog of the years come has the initials AF.
Which is crazy. Angelo, we've told you that before. We predicted that. But, I mean, we were talking about AJ, man. Growing up, though, have you ever felt maybe overshadowed by AJ at all? Because, I mean, he takes a lot of shine up.
I mean, not really. I mean, 2021 when he won NCAAs, I was really supportive of him. I mean, my brother's an NCAA champ. That's pretty sick to say. And I was in high school, and that was my freshman year. I wasn't even ranked going into my sophomore year. I wasn't even ranked, and I graduated. And the end of my sophomore year, I was number 2 in the country, I think, behind Levi Haynes. So, I wasn't even ranked at that time, and I was super supportive of him, and I was proud of him. And he always, every day, he pushed me. I mean, through workouts and wrestling, and my brothers both pushed me to get better every day. So not really.
I noticed your dad said that if he thought you guys dogged it at practice, he'd bring them home and he'd force them to wrestle with their older brother. Oh, you wanted to have a picnic at practice, huh? Well, come on home. Come on home. I got something for you.
Days. Yeah, I remember that.
That was. But
we'd have like an hour 30 practice, and then if you didn't work very hard in practice, you'd go home, and I'd be with my brother Anthony for an hour going live. He's 2 years older at the time, so he's obviously stronger. We're about the same size because I'm a little bigger, but I'd get beat up on by him. He'd take it to me
real quick, man. I know, dude. I loved it in that interview. Your dad said, dude, if you guys lost a match to someone like growing up, you would seek them out. Where are they next weekend, dude? That's some dog. That's some dog, baby.
He would put up a picture of the kid's face, and he'd plant it on our mirror.
Ouch.
Wow. Dude, that's what I'm talking about, baby.
Wow.
We'd have bunk beds. One of the times we had bunk beds, and Anthony would go to sleep with the picture right above him.
Oh.
He'd be in the bottom bunk and he'd see the picture.
That's that dog mentality, baby.
This might be a question you can't answer. Has there ever been someone you weren't able to find and it still sticks in your crawl? I still want to wrestle this dude.
Yeah.
I mean, not really. I mean, I've gotten most of mine back. Anthony's gotten his back pretty much, and so has AJ. But
yeah,
I mean, it's just kid things. I don't think a lot of the guys that we wrestled as kids are at that level now. So it's not really.
Yeah, times have changed. You've sought and gotten revenge on everyone, and now you're seeking new competition. Hopefully, Carter Starachi. Can I say it? Oh, let's hope. We can only dream, folks. We can only dream.
The wild thing, and you told us this last interview, that technically your dad only wrestled a couple years or something, up to 7th grade or something. He didn't have a whole lot of wrestling practice. But when he decided that this is good for my boys, and he threw himself, he became very, very knowledgeable in this sport. It kind of happened in baseball with me. I was forced to coach baseball. I don't have any hand-eye coordination. Very little. I'm more in the balance area, but I kind of started to learn baseball pretty good. But something tells me your dad became actually quite the good coach.
Yeah, I mean, every day in the wrestling room, he would be in there on his knees watching like the tech. Like if we had a technique day, he'd be watching them like dissecting the technique, and he'd come over help us drill it. And he knows a lot about wrestling. Like I really think he's one of the best coaches in the world. Honestly, I mean, he knows a lot, and I always talk to him. You know, even throughout now. I mean, I'll go call him after this and talk to him about my practice, and we'll talk about stuff I can get better at or stuff he thinks I need to work on. And yeah, he's a great coach.
Well, I liked what he said when he said he was just a sponge. Like it probably was an advantage. He was so new that he was like a sponge, as opposed to a lot of other coaches who were it's my way or the highway. I like that. I like when he said that.
And he always told us to always like, even if you're better than somebody, you can still learn something. So I've always tried to do that, and he's always done that. You know, you can always pick up technique from somebody that's everybody has probably one thing that they're really good at when they're wrestling. So you can probably look at something and learn it from them, and that's what he's done, and that's what I try to do every day when I'm wrestling. With the great partners I have now, I mean, I still try and do that.
Do you like a big match is coming? Can you count on that phone call from Dad that, hey, Angelo, I want to go over this with you. I've been studying tape of whoever, McAnally. I've been looking at this McAnally. I noticed there's a little hole right here. He gets a little heavy-footed right here. You see this? He said, like, does he do film review? Does he chime in still and be helpful as a coach?
He's not really like the other guy. I mean, it's kind of like he's looking at it, and then he'll be like, okay, here's what you need to do. Like, you're good in this position, so do this. Or like he just like really specific things, or like not specific, almost like mentality things almost, but also technical a little bit. Him and Coach Tom Brands and Coach Terry Brands are the three people in the world that can push me the most. And I'd say my dad is right up there. He finds a way to get the best out of me. Like even throughout high school, when I didn't have the best partners, he'd find a way to push me in there every day. If I had Ironman coming up or who's number one, he'd be in there helping me, pushing me, and just like Coach Tom and Terry do to me now. So kind of the same thing.
Well, I must say, Angelo, I watched a couple interviews of your dad, and I have a whole different interpretation of who he is now. Okay, he is one of the most level-headed people, okay, that I've heard in a lot of ways. And one of those level-headed decisions that he did make recently, I'm pretty sure he accepted my friend request on Facebook. You know that, Angelo? And one of the level-headed decisions he made thus far, he has not accepted his.
No, it was just the other day, Angelo. You know, it comes friend request or friend suggestions. And there was your dad. And I heard him talking about, I shoot for the moon sometimes. Dad, I just hit friend request. Well, I thought, okay, what the heck? I went ahead and hit, and he holds that over me now. Your dad's friends with him and not me. But
yeah. Speaking of that, though, did you get those BEG shirts yet, man?
I have not.
All right, I got to check on those. They're out. They're being ordered. Okay, or they're.
Maybe I shouldn't even say
shipping, this. But they're coming.
Specialized too.
Yeah, they're specialized. They're custom. Made you custom Ferrari BEG shirts, baby. All right, you gotta let me know, dude. One question before I forget, though, man. You mentioned Levi, like in high school growing up, you were 1-2 ranked. Did you ever wrestle Levi?
I never did. I mean, so that year, I went into the season. I wasn't ranked at one. I wrestled 160 that year, going into my sophomore year. I placed third at Super 32. And then Ironman, I kind of know, I mean, not as many good guys now, but won that. I wrestled Jordan Williams in the state finals, beat him, beat John Wiley, who was ranked 3 and 4 at the time. So that was my state bracket, which is pretty sick. I had number 2, 3, and 4 in the country in my state bracket in Oklahoma. But I never got to face him. He was number 1. So.
Okay.
Wow.
Interesting. I would have liked to seen that matchup, but listen, dude, it's Friday night, man. What are you doing? Where's the party at in Iowa tonight?
There is no party.
Packed. I'm gonna do a little ice bath and
what?
cold tub, hot tub, and then I'll probably pack and watch the football game.
Angelo,
Texas.
how long does it take a freshman? You're moving to a brand new place in the country. You're around brand new teammates, brand new coaches, like the whole thing. How long did it take where you hit that level where you say, you know what, I'm comfortable now?
I mean, I was always pretty comfortable. I feel like I adjust pretty good. I live in these apartments, and a lot of the other freshmen are here, so I see them a lot, and we get together. I get together with the guys a lot, and we'll hang out. But yeah, that's about it. I mean, kind of just chilling now during season, play some video games, and hang out with my friends, even from Texas. I'll play with them, so it's kind of just chill.
Well, this is none of my business, so you can say none of your business, and I'm cool. What, do you carry luggage, call a girlfriend while this wrestling's going on? No, I'm just kidding. I should have termed it that way.
Unbelievable. You don't have to answer that, Angelo.
Yeah, I got a girlfriend.
Oh,
hey! All right.
But you're saying no crazy keggers tonight going on out there, huh?
No.
Okay, go on. All right.
Wow.
Yeah, you guys ever had that Iowa wrestling team ever have a kegger? You let me know. I'm showing up. BG Wrestling. We're partying hard, baby. I saw them doing, what was it they were doing last year? The old mudslide, dude. People take their, what is that? The ice slide.
I've seen that. Well, yeah.
Were you part of that last year?
I haven't seen that. I didn't see that.
Oh, yeah, they get goofy out there in Iowa. But listen, hey, look. Did your impressive wrestling kind of get you a date with this girl? I probably shouldn't continue the questions in this area.
I don't know.
No, obviously nothing but personality, baby. Of course.
Oh, yeah.
She probably doesn't even know that he wrestles, dude.
Yeah.
Well, on the surface, I gotta say, I mean, you're kind of a humble dude. I can honestly say, now I don't know what you guys have planned. I mean, I have my theory. My theory is we'll see Angelo against Minnesota, and I'll probably say Oklahoma State. Okay, so I think there's a chance I will never root against Angelo again. At the Soldier Salute, I found myself rooting for you as hard as I do Penn State guy.
Wow.
And I didn't think that was possible.
Let's go. Angelo, you're swinging Penn State fans, baby. Unbelievable.
That's awesome.
I love it. But
yeah,
Angelo,
I mean, obviously, I was a little mad that those other guys didn't show up, but it's whatever. I mean, I literally saw Ketkai's there. Like, he was just in the crowd sitting there.
Wow. Wow. Did you eye him down, dude? Like,
yeah,
no, I just kind of saw him, and I was like, oh, man.
I would have shoulder bumped him.
Can
I tell you this? I'm pretty sure, Angelo, I've never said this in public, but I was at an Olympic trials event. I forget what it was. You didn't go to this one with me. And you guys were there. Nelson Brands was there. And we were a year or two in, dude. And I had just made some comments. I'm sure Nelson wasn't my biggest fan at that point. And I walked, and I happened to like just walk past him in the crowd, dude. And he gave me a good old shoulder bump, dude. And I'm pretty sure that was on purpose. Angelo. You let Nelson know.
That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny.
You've seen that footage of Tom, or maybe it was Terry, where they gave a shoulder to a big guy. And he says, yeah, you're bigger than me. That doesn't matter to me.
Well,
I'll still kick your butt. He said,
I'll take you out.
I'll take you out.
That's big guy, dude.
That's it.
He shouldered me. I spun in a circle. I said, security, look out. I didn't want to get beat up.
I know you probably haven't thought about this. It is way down the line. But are you going to be a coach someday? Could we see you as a D1 coach someday?
I mean, ultimately, my plan would be to wrestle until 2028, then go to the Olympics, and then fight after that. I'd say UFC fight, and then become a coach.
Wow, I forgot about the Olympics, dude. You could be at the Olympics, 2028 in LA,
yeah,
and then you go off. You win a gold medal at the Olympics, and you go off into UFC.
Well, the thing is, dude, I'm sure you got taught a thing or two about boxing because your dad said he loved boxing. So I'm sure he knows boxing. Now he knows boxing and wrestling. You're hooked up.
Yeah, I mean, one summer growing up, 1 or 2 summers, we did boxing, just like literally strictly boxing in the summer for about, I'd say like 4 months. And at first I was getting beat up, but it was good. I mean, I learned a lot of the boxing, and I hit the bag a lot. He had me do that as a lot of cardio my senior year, and I still do that now. I mean, I go into the wrestling room and hit the bag a little bit. I got my gloves over here, so
nice.
I do that.
I'm sure those guys would beat you up.
Also, last summer I trained a little bit of jiu-jitsu too, so I'm trying to like just learn the basics even like right now, so that I'll just have that step ahead when I do make the transition.
And here's something you might have not thought about, but there's talk in the background about each college kid having 5 years that they can wrestle. Have you heard that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we may have a whole nother year that right now no one's even known that you're happening before this all goes down. I don't know when this is all. I don't know all the details of that. I'm sure there's people out there that can tell us. But personally, I like that because Zach was bringing up something. One of the problems with wrestling is our stars. They're here and then they're gone, and then we got we got new stars that come up, but that's big. It's not like professional sports where you develop these big. You're rooting for your big stars and they're there for a long extended time. And that does hurt wrestling a bit. So I like this.
Yeah. So rumors true, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting. Would you stick around for a fifth if that happened?
Oh yeah. I mean, for sure.
Oh yeah.
With the landscape now, you might be making millions by that time. You see that Georgia quarterback just transferred to Miami for $4 million. What's his name? Crazy money, dude. He's making more than Brock Purdy, an NFL quarterback, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen stuff about college football players, like some O-linemen, I think at Texas, I heard made more money in college than they did even in like some O-line in the NFL. So it's pretty sick.
It's wild.
When the time came where it became legal to call you, contact you about coming to our college, I can only imagine what's going on with your phone at this point. What your head had to be spinning.
This would be pretty surprising. So that day came, and like I don't know when it was. I think it was like June of my end of my sophomore year, going into my junior year. And on that day, I got 0 calls because they all thought I was committed to Oklahoma State because my brother was there.
Thought it was a package deal, right? Yeah.
All of them. Literally, I got no calls that day.
What a mistake.
I was like, wow. I was like, I'm number 2 in the country, about to be number 1.
Oh my
and that really lit a fire that summer in me. And that's when I went on to Who's Number 1, and I majored Joe Seeley 10-2 and got some good wins. But yeah, and then a lot of
chip on your shoulder, dude.
You had multiple matches with Seeley. Am I right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember. Was that a Who's Number 1 match where this was a real barn burner against Seeley?
That was Iron Man. I beat Seeley at Who's Number 1. It was 10-2, and then I beat him at Iron Man last year in Ultimate Tiebreaker.
Yes, that's the one that I thought, but that's the one that I have the utmost. Seeley blows me away, and I already knew you were the real deal, but that confirmed it that day. That absolutely confirmed it for me.
I mean, what a huge mistake, dude. Well, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. That was a great match. I mean, I cut a lot for that. I mean, it's pretty crazy to think a year ago I wrestled 165. I mean, that's what I wrestled, and that was a big cut. But I saw the bracket before, and I saw number 1, number 2, and number 3 at the weight below me. So I was like, oh, this is a sick bracket. I might as well make the cut. And I think I didn't wrestle my best, but it was a good match. It was a great match, actually. So it was pretty sick.
No, I was going to say, what a mistake by the coaches, though, just to assume that it was a package deal. Not a single call. You've got to be kidding me, dude.
I got one final comment about that close Seeley match. Was what that showed me is there's times when things didn't go right. And them people that have that ability to still get the win, that's a craft. That's an art. And not everybody has it. And I tell you, that was what, like, I had a hunch that if I interviewed you right after that match, you would probably say, no, that wasn't my greatest match. However, you still got it done.
He said it.
And you did what you had to do to get that win.
Yeah, I got like a quote on my wall, and like the way I see it is, on my worst night, I still got to be the best in the country, and that's what I got to do. Even on my worst wrestling, I still got to be able to beat the top guy. So that's what I tried to do, and that wasn't one of my best matches, so I still got it done, which was good, but it wasn't like a really good performance. But that's the way I see it.
You got the job done, man. And you know what? Another Aaron Rodgers comparison, right? Aaron Rodgers got 0 calls, in the first round of the NFL draft. Angelo got 0 calls in recruits. Chip on his shoulder. Aaron Rodgers, my guy. Man, that's what I'm talking about, Angelo. But that explains a lot.
There's going to be some coaches that hear this, because I know that we got a lot of coaches that watch.
Some coaches might get fired after hearing this. Some ADs might hear this.
They're going to be angry with themselves. It probably wouldn't have made a difference if someone called. At that point, you had your mind made up. Am I right there?
No, I was completely open.
Oh, wow.
They all thought I was like, oh, man.
No, are you serious?
Because AJ was there at the time, and brother Anthony was already committed. So like, oh, he's going there. So nobody reached out to me after that, and I was like, okay. I mean,
unreal.
Wow,
dude. That is unbelievable.
Wow, every D1 coach in the country has egg on their face. You just wow,
including Kale.
Whoa,
including Kale.
Except Kale,
yeah,
of course.
Oh my goodness, dude, unbelievable. Wow, man. I don't know, wow. Man. I don't know if we can end on a better note than that. Do you have anything else, dude?
Oh, I can sit and talk with Angelo for another hour and a half.
He's got a date with his girlfriend to go to, dude.
I don't know. Somehow blackmail him into appearing again sometime before we leave.
Well, hey, Angelo, you heard.
We don't have nothing to blackmail with. So maybe you just talk sweet.
Yeah, we're trying to make you my guy, the Aaron Rodgers my guy, the Pat McAfee show.
For sure, yeah, it's awesome.
All right, man. All right, Angelo. Final thoughts, dude.
Nothing much. I mean, just getting ready to go and getting my weight down. And I'll weigh in Sunday, and I'll be ready to go.
Okay, see, let me close by saying, me and Zach, we argue a lot. I'm sure you and your dad still have arguments, right? From time to time? Or is it just me and him?
Yeah, I mean, probably more with my brothers, I'd say. But yeah, a little bit.
I was going to say, dude, you remind me of your dad after I listen to interviews. Can I just say this real quick?
Yeah.
You remind me of your dad, dude. And AJ, just from my outside opinion, he just seems a little off, dude. He's a little different. And you know what? It's funny. I was the one in our family, and I was the oldest brother, and I was the one who was a little different too, dude. You remember that? That's pretty much what the dynamic was. And I'm just saying, me being the outsider, older brother, that's what I see from the outside. You don't have to comment, but go ahead, finish.
Well, so our latest little, not a fight, but we talk. I said, daggone, let me name these episodes. You're over there with these boring names. Let me name the episodes, I said. Angelo, what should we name this interview? Should there be a specific name that's on the thumbnail?
Yeah, give us a thumbnail idea, title idea.
I don't know. I mean, it's whatever you guys want. I mean,
how about Where Were You, Coaches? Exclamation point.
Oh,
question mark.
That's not, no.
Where was your phone?
Now I'm glad. I'm honestly, now that I look back at it, I mean, I was pissed at the time, but I was glad. And then, yeah, I mean, it was just a good experience. I mean, and then after that, I mean, some college coaches would when they did start reaching out, they would call me up and be like basically talking crap about my brothers, to me, on the phone. I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, oh, cross them name.
Come here.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I'm not wild about your brother, but come on over here.
Wow. That's unbelievable.
So,
dude.
I mean, it helped me honestly, lower down the choices, because it was okay, if you're going to talk crap about my family, then why am I going to think of choosing here? So, yeah.
No, that's obvious. That's a no-brainer, dude. Unbelievable.
Dang God.
Wow. Let's get some better recruiters out there. Maybe some with phones that can punch in numbers and hit dial.
See, I was going to suggest Angelo Ferrari Unplugged. Playing
I
off
like
of
that.
the
I like
MTV. That, of course, that probably outdates you youngsters.
I watch them.
They used to have Unplugged series.
I've seen some of them. Angelo has it though. How old are you, Angelo?
I'm 19.
Oh wow. Yeah. So obviously you can't be going to this keg. Yeah. Wow.
He's
Oh
got
man,
time.
dude.
And that's why Angelo's where he's at and why you're where you're
Exactly.
at. You're going to the keggers. He's going off to practice, sweating and working hard.
Yeah. Or a date with his girlfriend. We don't know, dude. But listen, Angelo, we got to get you on again soon, my man. So
For sure.
listen, we appreciate you, dude. So
Yes.
folks,
Sure.
Thank you,
this
Angelo.
is Angelo
Seriously.
Ferrari. He's the next hot thing coming in wrestling, baby. And this is BEG Wrestling. Like and subscribe. Until next time, thanks for watching.